For Tom Estelle, memories of his late wife live on in a special way inspired by her talent and their life together. Tom decided to honor her legacy by continuing her passion. Here's Joe Carroll in Vermont to introduce us to Tom's Quilting Club.
Tom Estelle finds comfort from a quilt his late wife Peggy made for him.
She was able to finish it all except for the binding.
A prolific quilter, she died of desmoplastic round cell carcinoma, an extremely rare and aggressive cancer. Peggy was just 47. She inscribed her last quilt to Tom.
From my heart, for all time, with my love. When she took her last breath, and I immediately whispered in her ear.
A loving farewell and then a loving way to remember her.
And her quilts were always simple.
At Christ the King School in Rutland, Tom leads a most unusual club.
She did all the quilt, the whole quilt, by hand. She never used a machine.
The quilting club is to both honor Peggy and to make a blanket for a newborn in the area. Tom, a former science teacher, is now a longtime foster grandparent at the school.
I've carried them with me for over 25 years. And, you know, they were such a big part of Peggy's life.
Tom couldn't bear to throw out the fabric.
Oh, green? You guys want to go green?
4 8th graders, Kenny O'Rourke, Tessa McGee, Anna O'Brien, and Brooklyn Werbensky, will pick up the needle and make their own creation.
So it's going to look like this pattern?
Yeah.
What do you think?
It looks good. I like it.
They all know of Peggy's passing.
I feel like it's very nice that he gets to share this with us so that we can go on to do it.
Do you quilt?
No, I do not. But I'm learning how. I'm learning how to quilt this year.
And so we haven't really done one incorporating green yet.
So you've done one before?
We've done 2 before.
2? You're veterans.
Yes.
Peggy made hundreds of quilts in her lifetime, giving them all away. She worked at the Rutland Regional Medical Center.
She was a no-nonsense nurse, very, very, very good at what she did. Peggy was my hero, quilting to the very end, till she just could not do it anymore.
She died on Christmas Eve, 1998.
Even after 25 years. So, things will come up, memories. And I have these kids here that bring up such joy.
There's 3 boxes of material. The hope is to make use of every last piece.
Tears will be coming to my eyes on that one. Oh.
But for now, Tom carefully puts back the fabric.
She always had a plan for the pieces that she bought.
A memory that lives on.
What a devoted guy.
Oh, yeah.
And I loved those kids that they're learning. And all quilters would like their fabric to be used. And so how great that it's really being used. And he's passing on her legacy, which is now his legacy also.
And all the outlet for creativity for those kids with all the different fabric. And then whatever your belief system, I think that when someone dies, they're always like around and with you. And so he probably feels her so powerfully when he's doing that.
Yeah.
And then the kids being able to learn outlets for being creative.
I also see this intergenerational.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that is
great.
so awesome.
And
So
he's a
they're-
foster grandpa there.
Yeah,
So
they're really learning a neat skill, and who knows what else they'll do in their life. I think it's so cool. And then I was touched by their blonde children from the family photo, and their dad is honoring their precious mother. So it's such a touching story.
And how many of you have a quilt? Like a handmade quilt?
I do.
I have.
I do.
My company took care of a lady and she passed at 101 and her family gave me a quilt that at the time was one of her first quilts she'd ever done. It's like 80 some years old now.
Yeah.
And it hangs
Seven
in my...
from my aunt. So I was like, okay, so what do I do with these?
Oh, I love them. I think they're the most amazing thing. And young kids are getting back into crocheting and crafting and stuff now. So
Yeah, I've got to love the younger generation that's coming up. So
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're all getting older, and it's about time we talked about it. Until next time on Aging Untold.